Hey guys, all right, so in this video, I'm going to talk about late returns and how to handle them because this is one of those things that happens quite frequently and you'll probably experience this issue the most, but it's very easy to take care of, especially if you do it the right way. Now, Turo has a lot of rules and policies, but they happen to be just sort of, they're hidden in their FAQs. And so this entire segment of rules and policies will go over all the little things that you need to be aware of so you don't find yourself in a situation where you put yourself at risk, and so that you are properly reimbursed for any earnings that are due to you, like in the case of a late return. Okay, so here's how it goes with late returns. Turo offers a 30-minute grace period past the end time of a rental. So if a rental ends at 8 p.m., the renter has until 8:30 to return the car. Once it's 8:30, then it's officially turns into a late rental if they haven't returned the car. And so here's what you do. Normally, how I handle this is at 8 p.m., I'll message the renter and I'll say, hey, please let me know, once you're here or once you've returned the car, whatever the situation might be. And at that time, they'll let me know, okay, I'm about 15 minutes out, 20 minutes out, or hey, you know what, I'm running a couple of hours late. And so at that point, what you have to do is in the message through their reservation, you have to let them know, okay, no problem. Turo offers a 30-minute grace period. However, after the 30 minutes, late fees may apply. So you just want to say it in kind of a nice way where, it's not too much of an issue, and just so that it's transparent and they know what's going on. Once you've done that, you've already sort of initiated the late return. Then the next step you have to take is to contact Turo. You can just call them very easily. They have an option for late return, and you hit that option and you notify them that, hey, this is officially a late return because it's 30 minutes past the end time of the reservation. So I wanted to report that. It's very, very, very important that you do that for two reasons. Number one, because after that 30-minute grace period, your car no longer has insurance coverage. And I'm talking about your host protection is no longer valid unless you report the late return. So let's just say on the way back, the renter gets into an accident, but you didn't report the late return. It was the late return process never started. And by reporting it, I mean to Turo support, and they get into an accident, that could possibly deny your coverage. So you don't want to take on that risk. You simply give them a call or go through live chat, let them know that it's a late return. As soon as you report that to Turo, they'll note it down. They will reach out to the guests as well, letting them know, hey, please return the car as early as you possibly can. Your reservation time has ended and you can no longer extend the trip. And so they will take it on from there, and then your coverage kind of goes back into place once you've reported the late return process. Now, the good part about Turo and their late return process is that once you report it, they start taking note of the time that goes by up until the renter returns the car. And that means additional revenue for you. So basically, the earnings end up being equivalent to if the renter would have just extended their reservation for as long as they needed it. And sometimes you can get additional fees like improper return. For example, if the person who returned the car is not the person who rented the car, so things of that nature. But the late return process is very important to follow so that one, you don't expose yourself to the risk in case something happens, and two, so that you are properly reimbursed for the additional time that the renter had your car. What happens is once they return the car, you go about your normal course of doing business, do the checkout, and it's always good to just send a message saying, hey, thanks for returning the car. That way the time is noted. And then that email that Turo had sent you confirming that you had reported the late return, you simply respond to that and say, hey, the car was returned at 11 p.m. that night. And then they will calculate the difference in what the additional revenue would be, and then you get more earnings to your bottom line. All right, you guys, so that's the late return process. Make sure you follow that to a T because that's one of those where there is not a whole lot of wiggle room for you to mess up. So either you're covered or you're not. Either you report it or you don't, but that's how it works. Take care, guys.